everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Patsy and my husband and I are currently in the process of buying a house that was built in 1887. So that is what I'm here to talk to you about today. Hi, welcome to our current bedroom. Hopefully we will be moving out of this bedroom very soon, but I did want to update you on the house. So the house that we are in the process of buying, as of today, we have not closed yet. Our first close date came and went, so we are on to the next close date, which is TBD. So today is December 2nd, and I just wanted to tell you about the house buying process up to this point. I know I've had some questions about the experience and people are interested in what the experience was like. I just wanted to say that this is completely from my experience, from my perspective and my opinion, and just everything that's happened thus far to our house. Every house buying situation is very different. Whenever we bought this home, it's very different from whenever we're buying this new home. So just keep that in mind. Your house buying experience is going to be so much different than mine. And I'm learning that buying old houses comes with some issues. So let's jump into it. Back in September, Jared and I decided that we were not going to be moving from this house to a new city until about March next year. That was just the timeline that we had in place, and we were sticking to that. We found this incredible town that we love in Illinois, and we knew that that was where we wanted to be. However, just the way that things worked out, we really set our minds on March 2023 to begin the buying process and the selling process. And one day Jared texted me and he said, I cannot do this drive to work whenever it starts to snow. What do you think of this house right here? And I loved it. He sent me this house to look at. It was perfect. It was in a great location. We loved it. And we were gonna go see it on the following Saturday. So he texted me on a Monday and we were gonna go look at it that Saturday. Unfortunately, that house was contingent by the time we were going to go see it. However, because they had a contract fall through prior, they were willing to let us go see it on Saturday. So while I was completely hurt and destroyed about this house, I started looking on, all the house buying platforms for other houses, and I came across the one that we are in the process of buying. I saw it. It did not look very promising, but it was in a great location, huge house, incredible price. And so I sent it to Jared and he was like, looks a little murdery, but let's go ahead and look at it. And I was just absolutely shocked that he said yes to this. So on that Saturday, I want to say it was October 29th, we went to see the house that we loved at first, and then we went to see the house that we are buying. We actually wound up not loving the house that we loved in the pictures, but we absolutely fell in love with the home that we're in the process of purchasing. So October 29th, we saw both of the houses, fell in love with the one that we are buying, and we decided to immediately put in an offer. So that's what we did. We put in an offer that was about $50,000, I want to say, lower than asking price, and they countered with $10,000 more than what we offered. So we're like, yes, absolutely, let's do this thing, and we got under contract immediately. It was very quick. My birthday's on October 30th, and so it was like the best birthday present to go under contract on the 30th. It was so awesome. So Jared's only stipulation for buying this house is that it's livable. So we were under contract, we were going through the motions, we got an inspection done, and the guy came back with all of the usual things. The roof isn't in the best shape. It's been patched several times over, so we would need to get a roof. The electrical in places is still knob and tube, so that needs to be updated. But other than the obvious things that we knew of already, there wasn't anything that was like, bam, like, oh my goodness, we have to do this. We can't live in the house. So we decided to just keep moving forward. Fast forward again, the appraisal happens, and this is when things start to crumble a little bit, or a lot of it. The mortgage company sends out an appraiser. The appraiser looks everything over just to make sure that it's like, well, you're clear to close. And there were 2 conditions, which is really unfortunate. So the first was the roof. We had a feeling that the roof was going to be an issue. We didn't know how big of an issue it would actually be. So one of the conditions was that the roof needed to be certified as the house is habitable. And then the other thing was closing off exposed walls. There was one wall in the dining room that's like a corner wall, like so, and it was just the lath from whenever it was lath and plaster, and I suppose that there was a leak or something. They removed the plaster, kept the lath there, and as I found out this past Wednesday, the owner was going to completely replace it and just drywall it, but he ran out of time and didn't want to. So that was the situation there. I went in and I fixed the drywall. Everything was fine. It was a little awkward because I had their realtor watching me drywall these 2 walls, and it was just really a little awkward of an experience. But because it was late at night and there were timing issues and everything else, I was very rushed. So I just did like the bare minimum, put walls up, screwed it in place, mudded over, and just wham bam, done. I didn't do the seams in the corner, and again, because I'm probably going to be taking this wall out at some point and redoing it, I didn't even like take the time to cut the trim at the top. So there was a small gap between the trim and the drywall, and apparently that was a big deal. So I sent photos over to the mortgage company. The appraiser said, nope, that will not fly. And so I had to go back and just make it a whole wall, and they wanted it primed. So I did that, and that was fine. The roof is a separate situation. So let's talk about this roof. The roof was patched in about 3 different spots. The way that the roof is set up is there's flat roof and then there's shingled roof. The shingles had been replaced in 2 to 3 areas and just patched throughout. So our mortgage company and their appraiser wanted us to get this certified as habitable. One of the things that really sucks is that we had to get the roof certified. Unfortunately, most roofers will not work with somebody who does not own the house because it is a liability issue. Thankfully, we were able to find somebody who was willing to go out and look and either certify the roof, patch the roof, or completely replace the roof. Finally got somebody, and they said that it can't be certified as livable, even though we've been told by numerous people that there are no leaks in the roof. There's no active leaks. It can't be certified as livable in the way that it is. It can't be patched because they've patched it so many times already. And then it had to be replaced, which we were thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be like $20,000 worth of replacing. It's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be awful. And it was actually really not bad. So for the roof, we were quoted a little over $8,000, which in the grand scheme of things for a roof replacement is not bad from what we were expecting. So we went with it. We're like, okay, great. Let's just do this. And at this point in time, we are set to get a new roof this coming Monday from whenever I'm recording. So hopefully we will have a new roof on Monday. The appraiser can hopefully go out on Tuesday, and then we can hopefully close on the house by Friday. That's our hopes. Big hopes. Editing me here to tell you all about this roof process. So as you can see, this roof was a hot mess. Initially, we were quoted 20 grand, and then they said, oh, well, you know, I think it's going to be about 8,000 because we don't have to update the flat roof. Once they got into all of this, though, they did say that it was going to be $20,000, plus we got some new gutters, which was fantastic because we desperately needed the new gutters. So we did wind up spending a good chunk of money before closing on the house because this was the only way to be able to close on the house, unfortunately. It was quite a process, but we're glad that it was done. So what about this house? Well, we sold it. We close on December 13th, and if all goes well with the house that we're buying, we're still going to close on this house on December 13th. And that's that. The house selling process was super easy for us. We had a guy come by and take photos. We listed it the following day, and then that weekend we had like 11, I believe, people come by and view the house. And from there we had 2 offers, and we accepted the first offer. There was some back and forth negotiation on the price, which was fine. It was super easy. Everything was great. We have an awesome realtor, so there's really nothing bad I could say about the selling process. This is our first home, so I don't have any other experience for selling a house, but it was very easy for us. And hopefully, if all goes well, we close on the 13th.
Good morning. It is closing day. I am in the basement, which is such a mess right now, but we are closing on our new house today, and I cannot wait. It's been so long, and we've pushed this back so many times, and it's finally here. So let's close on our house. How's it feel to be the owner of a new house that's super old?